It's Tuesday, January 29. Here's what's making the news. Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu said he is satisfied with the expression of support received from the Alliance for Change for President David Granger and himself as the team to take Guyana forward. More in this report.
And so it is important at this time for the party from which I have come, the Alliance for Change, to express confidence in their Prime Minister. The conference feel that the government has done nothing wrong to bring itself down. It was betrayed, and that it is now prepared to go to the Guyanese people with renewed confidence that we are going to go forward.
Additionally, Nagamutu explained that the APNU plus AFC government in 2015 received the support of more than 206,000 Guyanese people.
We have not betrayed our constituents. We have done nothing that would have curtail our mandate. This government was brought down by a single act of treachery, by someone who crossed the floor, someone who betrayed the voters.
Prime Minister Nagamutu also noted that President David Granger has brought integrity to the governance of the country and believes that the Guyanese people deserve this form of leadership that is strong, matured, and experienced. For InfoHub, Rebecca Ganesh.
The 17th session of the Committee for the Review of the Implementation of the Convention, CRIC, continued today with a focus on gender equality. Felicia Valenzuela was there and filed this report.
Discussions began today with participants raising issues important to them that they believe warrants further discussions. Among those issues were gender equality. Botswana, who first raised the matter calling for it to be discussed at every level, asked the panel how would they make sure that religious liberties and policing frameworks are in place to support and promote initiatives on gender. This question was then answered by the panelists from South Africa.
You need to have all sectors of the society involved and working together in terms of mainstreaming gender issues and ensuring that our actions on the ground are gender responsive. I think this is very important because no one sector can address these challenges on its own.
The panelists from the group UN Women also responded, stating that women's rights and rights of girls form part of the Declaration of Human Rights, noting that through the Commission on the Status of Women, work continued to be done for the promotion of gender equality.
The Commission on the Status of Women, as you know, meets every year. And last year, the priority theme was on rural women. And they discussed the outcome of that meeting is an agreed conclusion where it has prescriptions or suggestions for member states and other stakeholders to take on various areas ranging from ownership of resources, access to resources, including land, education, health, sexual and gender-based violence, and a whole range of issues.
As the day progressed, climate change was the next topic up for discussion, with the focus being placed on land degradation, new transformative programs and allocations for countries, small states and islands. Reporting for InfoHub, Felicia Valenzuela.
Over the weekend, a multi-stakeholder team was deployed to Etoringban, Mazaruni Region 7 to assess the number of undocumented Guyanese returning from Venezuela. We tell you more in this report. The outreach, which commenced on Friday, comprised of representatives from the General Register's Office, the Ministry of Social Protection, Civil Defense Commission, Immigration, the Guyana Police Force, and the Guyana Defense Force. According to Acting Civil Defense Commission Director General Lieutenant Colonel Kester Craig, the decision to conduct an assessment of the area was taken after a report was sent to the National Multi-Sectorial Coordinating Committee.
We received a report coming to the committee which indicates that there are a number of undocumented migrants in Etoringban area. So that report actually drove a establishment of a multi-stakeholders team to come and assess the situation.
The team carried out the assessment at Etteringbank Landing, Arau, and its environs. It was noted that while there were 95 Guyanese in need of documentation, approximately 340 applications were made. The majority of these were late applications. A definite timeline was not given for the completion of the registration process, as the information would have to be manually verified.
All the information that was collected will be taken back to Georgetown, where they will do a verification process, search all the records to ensure that the person that made certain requests for late registration, for new registration and other documentation, that some of the information is within the system before providing the birth certificates.
The outreach also assessed persons eligible for benefits such as old age pension. A total of 7 persons were identified as being eligible. In addition, the Civil Defense Commission distributed a total of 266 sanitary kits to migrants. The items were donated by the Jesus Christ Church of Latter-day Saints. Still to come, Minister Brooms lends support to the community of West Rheinveld, and the Children's MASH competition kicks into high gear. Stay with us.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
Welcome back. Residents in the West Rheinveld community will soon be able to access and utilize one of the community grounds in the area following an enhancement project.
The collaboration involved Minister within the Ministry of Natural Resources, Simona Brooms, the Georgetown City Council and the Ministry of Communities. Minister Brooms said that while the community ground falls under the purview of City Council, she was contacted for assistance and following a visit realized that her ministry needed to be involved.
I did undertake with them to see how much I can support and I can assist them. I was here last week, Saturday. I looked at the ground. When I found out the ground falls under the town council, I made contact with the council, who is doing a lot of work in the community, and the mayor.
Youths from the community also volunteered with the cleaning and clearing exercise. This included the cleaning and clearing of the outer surface and drainage. This will be followed by the grading of the actual field. The minister said the initiative will engage the young people living in the West Rheinveld community whilst enhancing their lives.
I'm really proud of them, and they're out there, and we will continue to support our young people because indeed they are now. Because if we said that they are the future, it means that they are now. So we have to support them now to take over and to make a difference.
This initiative is not the first for Minister Brooms and the government, as this year, she said, plans have been discussed and mapped out to upgrade recreational grounds throughout the country so young people can remain positively active. Reporting for InfoHub, Felicia Valenzuela.
Over 40 nursery and primary schools competed today as Region 4's Children's MASH kicked into high gear with the dramatic poetry and calypso segments at the National Cultural Center. Here is our final report.
That was just one of the remarkable calypso pieces from the many nursery schools vying for the crown at this year's Children's Mashramani activities. The nursery activities and regional competition for Georgetown continued today at the National Cultural Center, with the schools competing under the theme Celebrating 49 with Victory in Mind, Rediscovering El Dorado. Coordinator for the Regional Children Mashramani activity, Sherwin Blackman, said There are several categories for the schools to compete in.
For the competition, we would have had dramatic poetry, calypso, physical display, costume, dance, masquerade. Those are all the features for this week.
Blackman said this year there are much more private educational institutions participating in the competition. Here is a poem from little Marissa McPherson, who attends St. Margaret's Primary.
49 years of republicanism for our beautiful country, Guyana. Not yearly, we have Mashramani.
InfoHub got the chance to interview some of the performers at the nursery level who explained a little more about their performance at the competition.
West Ramville.
And what's your piece?
On the sands of Lake One.
And your name?
Winnesia Johnson.
And how old are you?
9.
You're 9? Nice, nice. And look at this little one there. Your name?
Mashramani.
And what school you're from?
Enterprise Primary School.
And what's your piece? A dance, a poem?
Poem.
What's your name of the poem?
El Dorado Isn't Us.
Again?
El Dorado Isn't Us.
Nice. And your name?
Nyla Fordyce.
How old are you?
9.
Which school you're from?
St. Margaret's.
And what's your piece?
A poem.
A poem? What's the name of the poem?
My Guyana El Dorado.
The competition continues on Wednesday with dance performances from the secondary schools. Then on Thursday, it will be the much-anticipated costume competition. We leave you with a message from the little ones.
Happy Mashramani, Guyana!
Reporting for InfoHub, Ayana George.
Do remember to check our social media pages for the MASH calendar of activities to get in on the fun. This weekend, soca fans can catch rehearsals on the Seawall Bandstand this Saturday, while the junior soca and calypso competitions are slated for Sunday at the Bartica Community Center. That's all for this evening. Connect with us on WhatsApp, like and subscribe to our Facebook page for notifications. You can also follow us on Instagram for updates and visit our website at dpi.gov.gy. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye.